Customized name doormats are one of the easiest doormats that you can make and sell simply because they don't require a lot of detail. A lot of people ask, how do I get my lines so straight or my border so straight? And the trick is, I buy it. I buy the doormat with the border already on it. Home Depot sells blank doormats where the lines are already around the doormat, which is perfect and a game changer. Hey y'all, welcome back to another video. My name is Sharina. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share all that good stuff. Listen, before we jump into the video, you know I got to yap a little bit. This is everything that you're gonna need. You will need some of these little sewing pen things. These are really affordable at Walmart. You get like a pack of 100 for like $3. And some black Flex Seal. You can get this at Home Depot, Walmart. I've seen it in the Family Dollar. But get the big size. This big size will last about 4 doormats. So you can make about 4 doormats out of 1 can if you're not a heavy-handed sprayer, okay? Oh, it's cheaper in Home Depot, I think. Also, excuse me, a poster board. This is just a plain black poster board from Dollar Tree. It's $1. Get the plain poster board. Don't get the white one. The white one is a little thicker and it's a little harder to cut. It's a little harder to rough with. Get the ones, you can get any color other than the white one. You can get the white one, but again, it's gonna be a little rough to cut. From the Dollar Tree. And that's it. And the doormat. And you already seen the doormat is from Home Depot. So yeah, that's all you need as far as materials. Now, these are the easiest doormats to make. If you have a Cricut machine, there's no reason why you should not be making doormats. It's simple, especially because these particular doormats that I'm gonna show you today, it's literally one cut. You just need one long cutting mat and it'll do the job. Whereas other doormats, you know, if you want it large, you would have to slice it and be multiple cuts, all that good stuff. This is literally one mat. And again, these doormats, these named doormats that we're going to be doing. So for instance, it's going to say the such and such family, or you can even do the such and such family established, blah, blah, blah. Whatever. They sell these for like $40 and $45. I've seen some for like $50. Now I'm going to show you on Etsy because I know y'all probably don't believe me, but these particular named doormats really sell. Make your own doormat and watch when people come over, they're going to say, wow, where'd you get that doormat? I would like to have one of those. And that's your sale. Sell it for $45. So yeah, if you got a Cricut machine, add these doormats to your business. I guarantee they will sell, because who wouldn't want their last name on a doormat? Especially people who love to decorate their porch or their patios and stuff like that. People love stuff like that. Women, you know. So I'm going to make a doormat for myself today, showing y'all how to do it. But again, these are profitable. The can is like $15. It can make 4 mats off 1 can. The pens are like $4 for $3 or $4 for 100 pens, and these are reusable. So once you use them, you can reuse them for your next mat. And then, of course, the poster board. The poster board is only $1 at Dollar Tree. So yeah, get into doormats. Dive into it now. Okay, I'm done yapping. Let's get into the video. First things first, measure the inside of the doormat so we know how much space we have to use. I measure about a 22.75 by 11. So that's the amount of space that we have to use to decorate. Next, go over to Cricut Design Space. This is where we will use our Cricut cutting machine to create a stencil for the doormat. To create a stencil, go over to Shapes and grab a square. I'm going to change the color of the square brown to mimic the color of the doormat. And then I'm going to change the square size to a 22.75 by 11, the same measurements of the inside of the doormat. Next, I'm going to text and I'm going to type out the word "the." And then I'm going to place it on my doormat template. I'm going to go to text again. I'm going to type out family. And then I'm going to place that on the doormat template as well. I'm going to go back to text again, and I'm going to type out a last name. So, again, it's going to say the such and such family, and I'm going to place that on the doormat template. Now we can change the fonts. I'm going to change the font of Walford to BFC Wedding Guest. That's the name of the font. It's under my bookmarks, but you can also find it under the Cricut fonts. Once I change the font, I'm going to spread the word out by unlocking the size, and then I'm going to spread it out just so it's nice and big. I do no particular size. I just eyeball it to the point to where it looks nice. And then I'm going to change the font of the and the word family to the font called BFC Gold Coast. Again, it's under my bookmarks, but you can find it under Cricut. So the and family will be the same font. It's called BFC Gold Coast. And again, I'm not doing any particular size. I'm just unlocking the words and spreading them out so that it fills the mat or the template into where it looks nice. I then can remove the brown triangle by clicking the little eye beside it. I then go over all of my words, go to a line and center them all horizontally. Then go to combine at the bottom and weld them all. And then you can bring back your brown rectangle, go over the entire thing and slice. Once you've sliced, you then can delete your words, and now you have your stencil. Now you can click make, and your Cricut machine will cut out this stencil for the doormat for you. But before you send it to your Cricut machine, you do need to cut your poster board that I told you at the beginning of the video that you'll need. You want to cut it at 12 by 24 inches so it will fit your long size cutting mat. Once you cut it to a 12 by 24, you then need to tape it to your mat. Now, I have to tape it to my mat because I have an old mat and it's not sticky, and I prefer using a non-sticky mat. Set the dial of your Cricut machine to card stock. Not like card stock, but the regular card stock. I think on your website, when it go to cut, it's going to say 80 grams. It's going to pop up 80 grams on your computer. So put your dial on card stock, and then it will print perfectly. And again, I have to take my poster board down to my mat because my mat is old, but I prefer to use a non-sticky mat. That way your poster board is easy to remove from your mat and it's not stuck. Now, once your cutting machine is done doing its thing, you can then remove all the letters. This is how you create your stencil. Remove all the letters. And I usually leave all the inside of the letters of the O's and the D's and the A's and the P's and stuff like that until the end. And then I pick all those up together and I keep them in a little stash until I'm ready to place them. Remove the stencil from your cutting mat. It should come out real easy because the Cricut machine is going to cut the rectangle out for you. And this is your stencil. You see how perfect it fits up in there? Tape it down. This is just plain black duct tape from the Dollar Tree. I love this duct tape. Now, you can do about 2 doormats with this duct tape, but it's from the Dollar Tree, so you know it's not real huge, but the duct tape itself is good quality, so highly recommend. Then you take your pins. These are your sewing pins that I also told you needed. Now you can stick these into your poster board. This just make sure that your poster board is nice and flat on the doormat to where it's not lifting up. Now, the amount of pins that you want to use is strictly up to you. I kind of use a lot because, again, you can reuse these. You're not going to throw these pins away. So I'm just placing these pins in to make sure that the poster board or my stencil is flat to my doormat. And then I'm going to also bring back the insides of my letters, like the O, the F's, the D's, and the A's. And I'm going to put a pin in those as well to keep those in place. And pinning the stencil down really helps when you go to spray the mat. It helps your letters be nice and clean, like no overspray and all that. But again, we're going to be using Flex Seal, so it has minimum to no overspray. Now it's time to spray. Again, I'm using Flex Seal, not spray paint. And now I'm going to spray. Yes, I'm spraying in my kitchen because, again, Flex Seal has no overspray. As you can see, it's no overspray. Unless you just crazy spraying and don't know how to spray, you know, it won't go any further than your doormat. And I love Flex Seal because it is a seal. So you don't have to seal your mats because Flex Seal is a seal. I get that question a lot. Do you seal it? No. Why would I seal a seal? And then once you spray, you can wait till it dries. Now, I've been doing this a long time, so I can peel my stencil up while it's still wet. But if you're a beginner, you want to wait till it's dry. And then I go back, I put a glove on because, again, it's still wet, to remove the insides of my letters. Once these pens dry, remove the pens from your used stencil because you can reuse those pens. You don't have to keep going to buy pens every time you make a doormat. Look, y'all, it's coming out so nice. And again, I'm telling you, these are a top-selling doormat because they're personable. And here's the final look, y'all. Here's a up close. Again, it's still wet, so it's kind of fairly shiny. But here's a up close look. Look how nice and neat those letters are. No overspray. Nice and perfect. And here it is outside. And you're done, y'all. We're at the end of the video. I hope y'all enjoyed it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share all that good stuff. If you have any, and I mean any questions, ask me down in the comments. I try to respond to my comments. And I will see y'all in the next video. Bye.